Hey guys, my name is Vanessa and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd go over what I have in my postpartum cart. So this is my second pregnancy. I've done this once before, so I have a little better of an idea than the first time of what I want, but I still have some things here to try out. So yeah, I have it all in a cart just because that's what works best with our living situation. But honestly, you could just have it in your house in a basket, whatever makes sense for you. I got this cart off of IKEA. I think it was like 10 bucks and it just fits so nicely in the bathroom. So I kind of thought, why not? Let's just have everything in one spot instead of having it spread out and in cupboards and harder to get. So let's go over it tier by tier of what's in here and what I recommend you getting for postpartum, what at least was helpful for me. So after my first baby, I used a lot of diapers. So let's go over those first. Top tier, got the basket here, the diapers. I'll pull one out to show you what it looks like. So they're like underwear diapers. So it's basically like wearing, you know, the big pad and having it all built in. So why I love these, it was just so easy to switch them out. You know, it wasn't complicated. I have to worry about the pad sticking and this and that. Like, I don't know. I just found it easy. I was able to change them, you know, multiple times a day, whatever I wanted, and it would just hold everything in. I found that postpartum the first time, I would sometimes pee myself a little and not know what was happening, if I was bleeding or peeing. Sorry if that's TMI. And so having a diaper would just hold everything in was great. I didn't have to worry about it staining my clothes. Honestly, none of my clothes got stained. I was pretty lucky with that. So these were a total must. So I got the pack off Amazon. I'll try and link everything below. And I have the spares at the bottom. So I have a whole bunch here. It was a pack of 28. So I have more here. All right, let's go through what else is at the top. So I have the Freedom Mom Perineal Healing Foam. It's for cooling pain relief. I did not use this much the first time, but I had it. I don't remember if it helped a lot, but I just kind of thought, okay, I still have it. Let's put it here and see. I mean, things could be different this time as well than the first. So it's good to have. The next thing I have up here is the Freedom Mom Peri bottle. This thing came with me everywhere. I had it whenever I would go out of the house. I brought this in my purse because if I had to pee anywhere, I was using this. This thing was a lifesaver to have. It literally came with me everywhere. So highly recommend it. It was easy to use, easy to put in a purse because it like folds down to like the, you know, the size. So it was great. The next little things I have at the top here. So I have some nipple butter. This one I did use last time. And I also used, so I just got this little, pacifier container. Inside I have my Silverettes. So the Silverette company sells like a little container very similar to this to put it in, but it was like, you know, pretty expensive. So I just bought a little pacifier container because it was cheaper and I could store them in. So I still have them here. If I were to buy these again, I would buy the ones that have like the rubber around the sides because it did get sometimes a little uncomfortable digging into my skin. But I did find these helped a lot. And I thought it was a great mix with if I was putting on the nipple butter because then this stuff stains your clothes. Like it will get everywhere. So I mean, if you're wearing nursing bras, does it matter if they're stained? Up to you. Like, you're the only one that's gonna see it. So, you know, probably not that big of a deal, but it was nice to have these to like keep everything in and just double the power. But yeah, with both of these, like I would switch between the two, use both. I did not have any issues. Like these were great for me, so I plan on using them again. So the second tier, I have some of the Freedom Mom underwear briefs here, the disposable ones. I'll pull it out. So this is what they look like. So they do seem pretty stretchy. I honestly did not use these last time and I just used the diapers and the underwear that the hospital had given me. But I do plan on trying these this time. You wouldn't be able to fit like a huge pad in them. So I'm not too sure when it would be best to try it, but something different. And I mean, I would imagine it probably feels different if you have a C-section versus not, of like what kind of underwear you're gonna want to be wearing after. So I do have this pack. Nice to have different options. And then I had bought the whole box of the instant ice pads, the Freedom Mom ones. So I did use one of these at the hospital last time. I remember it feeling like kind of nice, like it wasn't, I don't know, anything extraordinary. I still have some left over, so I plan on bringing them again, at least one with me, to the hospital and having them here. I do think this would fit nicely in the Freedom Mom underwear because it's, you know, not too big, not too wide of a pad. I'll compare it to what the hospital gave me after, so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these pads seem to be great. The hospital's actually like, oh wow, you have one that has like a cooling like ice in it? Like, yeah, give it a try. Like, the nurse thought it was pretty cool. So we got these here. And let me show you what the hospital had given me as a pad. So I still have some left because I had brought some home just in case. Folded like this. This thing's giant. This thing will catch everything. So this is what the hospital gave me when I, like, right after having the baby. This is what they put on me. And then they had these mesh underwear. So you could compare it. Yeah. Compared with the Freedom Mom ones, like, again, with these, once I was using them, they were just getting thrown out, you know, after a single use. I wasn't rewashing anything, whatever. It would just kind of be whenever I would change, everything's just coming off, just clean start. Nice to feel fresh after. So after not having your period for 9 months, I would definitely recommend checking to see what you have in the house. So I have a few here that I set aside, some period pads. You're obviously not going to be using tampons or cups or discs. And so if you've been using those before, you might not have a lot of extra pads. Everyone talks about these. I bought the underwear off of Amazon, you know, the basic ones. I would link, again, everything down below, but these were great. They would work great with the pads. Nice to have those as well. So I have a few things in the house that I don't have in the cart that I plan on swapping out once I no longer need some of the things like the diapers in here. So I will attach some photos to explain, but I did last time buy quite a few pairs of the NYX underwear. So I'll link it up here, show you an image of what it looks like. These things are fabulous. I bought a few different styles of them. My favorite were the thongs, and I think it was like the boy shorts or something. I did not like the high-waisted ones. I know other people love those, but it just didn't feel comfortable to me. But yeah, they're basically period-proof underwear. So I found that great for wearing at night, not having to worry about the pads as much. And it's so easy to wash. Like, if you want, just put in their own load, like a whole bunch of the underwear, and that's it. Like, easy to clean. I found after having my first baby, I would pee myself a little bit when I would sneeze and cough and things like that. So having the underwear was great for that as well, because it would happen a few times. I would like get out of the house, okay, let's go do something. And I would cough just before getting in my car and have to go right back to change my clothes. So having the underwear made it a lot easier. So definitely recommend getting them. They were great. I have not bought it yet, but I plan on getting the Sitz bath salts. So I'll show an image up here as well, just off of Amazon, so I could order that anytime. Last time the nurses had suggested that I do Sitz baths, and I had not done them because I didn't have like the bath salts needed for it. So it's kind of nice just to have it ahead of time so that if you want to do it, you have everything that you need and you're ready to go. But yeah, that would be another thing that I would recommend having here. So I just went to go grab them quick. I thought I would show you some of the nursing bras that I got last time. I bought a whole bunch, I'm seeing. I have a whole container full. So I got the NYX ones, the leak-proof bra, before I had the baby. And I brought this to the hospital with me. This one was comfy. I did wear this one a lot. Adjustable straps, and it has like the clips on the side to pull it down kind of a thing. I did not have any issues with leaking the first time at all. I know other people get like those nursing pads and stuff like that. I didn't have to worry about it at all. So I was lucky in that sense. So just PSA, not everyone has super leaky boobs that you have to worry about. So I did get the leak proof ones just in case, because I thought I would, but I was lucky I didn't have to worry about it. I had bought this style here. So I did not like this style as much postpartum, and I'll tell you why. You can't fit a pump into it. So I had the Mom Cozy pump and the portable one. And so with this, it would just like fall out. It would not hold it in there. So it was great for in labor or, you know, when you're pregnant, but postpartum, I did not love it. I had also bought the Mom Cozy one. So again, same style with the clip that comes down like that. I'll try and see if I could do this with one hand here. A little trick. So if you have one of the pumps that are wired, you know, have to like stay on, I did try a few different ones. You can actually use this as a pumping bra. So if you unclip it, put the pump on this side of here. See if I can show you. The pump is my hand. You have the pump here and you clip it on. Bear with me here. You're able to have the pump kind of fit in here and hold it. The bra will actually hold the pump. So you don't need a pumping bra to be able to have the pumps that, you know, need to stay in your bra kind of a thing. So another reason why I love this style. I did get tired of it after a while, you know, not freshly postpartum, just having a baby. It was nice to have different styles of bras. Something like this takes up a lot of real estate. So it depends what clothes you have. It was summer. A lot of my summer tank tops and things like that, I didn't want like a big thick strap, you know, you'd see it all the time and it would drive me nuts. So then later on, my favorite nursing bras became the Victoria's Secret ones. I did get a few different ones. As you can see, it looks a lot more like a regular bra, which is great. And you could still have the pump, you know, kind of fit in there if you needed to. And just the same clip down style. I also started wearing strapless bras to be able to nurse, because then that was easy depending, you know, what I was wearing. But it was easy to pull it down and feed him off of. So yeah, a few different tricks, I guess, I learned over the months and months of feeding my baby. But to start off, I would definitely recommend, you know, trying a few different kinds, like see what works for you, and just know that you don't have to buy a pumping bra if that's the kind of pump that you have. Like, you're able to use normal nursing bras. Well, I think that's honestly all that I can think of. It's really not that long of a list of what you need for postpartum. It's just kind of figuring out what works for you and what makes you feel like a human again. Hey everyone, so this is me coming in from the future. I was watching over the video and I had some more things to say. So I've now had the baby 7 weeks ago. And so I have a few comments I want to make on this now that I've actually gone through the labor and delivery again. So a couple notes on the postpartum cart. The diapers, the adult diapers, still a win. Those were amazing. They're easy to use. That pack that I bought was like more than enough. I definitely didn't need to use them all, but I mean, I didn't want to have like 10 laying around, so use them up just so I wouldn't have them around the house. But yeah, you don't need that big of a pack in my opinion. The healing foam, I didn't love it because it feels wet. It feels like I peed my pants, kind of like, you know, that feeling. So I used it, but I wasn't a big fan of it. So next, the Freedom Mom ice cooling pads. I did use those the first couple days. The nurse had said that that would be beneficial to use in the first 2 to 3 days after having the baby. So that's what I did. I did actually bring a couple to the hospital, and then I had used them at home as well. I did find they felt a little weird because like there's extra, I don't know, material, whatever, in there to get that ice cold feeling in them. And so once it's no longer cold, if you still have it on, then it just feels like really big and bulky. So anyway, I wouldn't get more than that pack, like definitely more than enough. I found it did pair well with the Freedom Mom boy shorts. I actually preferred using those in the hospital over the hospital ones. The Perry bottle, so the hospital does give you one. That one totally sucks. It's just a squirt bottle. And so you can't actually get the angle right. Having the tip at the end point up, so much easier to use. So the Freedom Mom one is amazing and definitely is a must for the postpartum cart. The Silverettes and nipple butter were still a win. That's still great. A note on the Amazon underwear, the one that everyone talks about. They're comfy, they're great. It's good to have a pair of, or you know, a few pairs of underwear where it's just like, okay, those are your postpartum underwear. You do not care what happens to them. But what I didn't like about them is that they are high-waisted. So it might feel comfortable, but for me, they would end up like rolling down, especially with how jello-y my belly is right after having the baby. They easily roll down. So I didn't find that to be the most comfortable. I did like my setup, the postpartum cart. I found that worked actually really well. Having it in the bathroom, because you know, as soon as I would get out of the shower, then I'd be able to go get a fresh pair of underwear or pads, whatever I was doing. Once I was through the maxi ice pads and those like Freedom Mom underwear, then I refilled that with all of my NYX underwear. So I did find, yeah, the whole system worked really well. I was happy with that. Oh, a note on the sitz bath. So I never ended up buying that thing off of Amazon. And when I was in the hospital, I'd asked the nurse, okay, like, you know, should I be doing this? Because last time they told me to. And the nurse actually said, no, like, last time it was a nurse that came into my house who said I should be doing it. And this time I asked the nurse in the hospital and she said, no, like, don't worry about that. Like, as long as you're using the peri bottle, you should be fine. You shouldn't have to worry about those. So I never bought it, and then glad I didn't buy it this time because I didn't end up needing it either. So that's great. So yeah, I think that's all I had to say about what I would change and what I liked about my postpartum cart. So this is what I've prepared for myself. I'm 38 weeks pregnant, don't know if I mentioned that. So I just got this ready today. I'm glad to have it organized now, slowly getting things ready before baby comes. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you are preparing your cart, then best of luck to you, and I hope everything goes well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!